I have a number of new books I am releasing today, some almost new, some old and classic. This book is called Ethel, a Pioneer Preacher, and I wrote it. It was just released at this general conference. It's a story about a woman who was a preacher. Her husband was not. He was a sawyer. He cut logs. And whenever she would go to these lumber camps, she would start churches. And then when he would move on to the next one, she'd start another church. Incredible story of an incredible woman. I'd like you to take a look at LaJoyce Martin if you've never read her. She's a UPC author who writes fiction, and this is one of her works. And if you've never read her, you'll want to get this book. One of the great revivals of our time is in El Salvador, and T. Windross writes this book about the United Pentecostal Revival in El Salvador. We need to know our Pentecostal history. If you're interested at all in studying other religions, you may want to collect some books that are significant. This is a Joseph Smith new translation of the Bible. He puts King James and then the inspired version. That would be interesting and good for your library. This is called The Rapture Question by Welverd. He's one of the prophecy experts from the 20th century. A good collection for your library. This book is How to Prepare Sermons. It's a Moody publication, solid, and it's quite helpful. J.I. Packer is one of my favorite authors. Is solid evangelical. He writes, Keep in Step with the Spirit. Although I wouldn't agree with everything in here, the principles that he offers are considerable. And then this goes all the way back to the early 20th century. This is an old book, and it's a collector's. This is a book written by Mary Baker Eddy, who is the founder of the Christian Science faith, and it might be good for your collection.